Linear inequalities resemble linear equations. However, where the equation has an equal sign, the inequality has, well, an inequality sign. Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. To solve the linear equation, we would begin by subtracting 3 from both sides, then dividing by 2. To solve the linear inequality, we do the same thing. Subtract 3 from both sides, divide by 2. There is one new rule that comes into play when we're solving linear inequalities, some of the time anyway. On this one, if we subtract 3 from both sides and divide both sides by -2, because we divide by a negative number, we have to reverse the direction of the inequality. We'll finish this by drawing the graph of the inequality. We locate the -4 on the number line. The inequality symbol tells us what sort of symbol to use on the -4. Since we have a greater than without the line under it for equals, we use an open circle on -4, and the symbol tells us which direction to shade. Notice the symbol is pointing to the right, so we will shade to the right. We usually need to write our answer in interval notation. The way you write interval notation from the graph is you take the number on the left, the number on the right, put a comma in between, and then the correct symbols on each one. For this one, we would have a -4, comma, infinity, and the symbol for the open circle is a parentheses. To solve this inequality, we will begin by subtracting the 1 from both sides. Then we'll subtract the 7x from both sides. Then divide both sides by -4. And again, this is the point at which we will reverse the direction of the inequality. We graph this by putting an open circle at 4 on our number line, shading to the left. The interval notation would begin with the negative infinity, and then the 4, comma in between, parentheses on both sides. This is sometimes called a three-part inequality because there's something to the left of the first inequality sign, something in between the two inequality signs, and something to the right of the other inequality sign. Hence, there's 3 parts to it. To solve this, we will isolate the variable in the middle by subtracting 3, which means we have to subtract 3 from all 3 parts. On the left, we'll have 1 minus 3, which is -2, and on the right, we'll have 11 minus 3, which is 8. To get the x by itself in the middle, we need to divide through by 2 in all 3 parts. On the left, -2 divided by 2 comes out to be -1. In the middle, we have our x, and then on the right, we have a 4. To draw the graph of this solution, we'll put a dot at the two numbers, -1 and 4. Notice, since the -1 has this symbol beside it, we have a solid dot. Since the 4 has this symbol beside it, we have the open circle. Since x is in between those, we will shade in between the -1 and the 4. To write the interval notation for this, we list the number on the left side of the equal, the number on the left side of the shading, the number on the right side of the shading, comma in between. A solid dot gets a bracket, and an open circle gets the parentheses. So that would be our interval notation.